She's delivering on a different stream, actually. A stream of what's happening in the spring season of anime. Oh, am I alive? Am I alive? I'm alive. It's fine. I heard my voice just completely break into like it's what I can only imagine to be the vacuum known as space itself. So yes, actually have a to actually look at the spring season of anime, actually see what's actually happening. I mean, had a quick breeze through and see what's actually happening, and it's kind of alright. I mean, granted, we had really good shows this season gone by, so it's going to be really hard to match up to that kind of standard, because it's freaking like, they were good ones that last season. I was like, boy, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. I mean, we've also still got continuing shows like Dororo and also JoJo, and I believe there's another show as well that's still continuing from this season. I can't remember, but it's something else somewhere. I have no idea what it is, but I swear there is. But yeah, I mean, we had the heavy hitters, don't get me wrong, the ones that everyone's like, ooh, to, like One Punch Man Season 2, which is kind of either going to be alright or an absolute dumpster fire, but so far, it does not look pretty. So anyways, actually a point to actually go live, to actually see what's happening in this season. So, we've gone live. Live 2, actually better word to use. Check out the spring season of anime. And with that, I believe we're good to go. On that front, yes, we most certainly are. On this front, oh, yes, we most certainly are as well. We're actually good to go. We're good to go. Most of the shows premiering actually kind of sequels as well, which I actually kind of realised. I was like, oh, and I actually haven't watched hardly any of the previous season. Like, damn it! I just realised that. I was like, Christ, I'm not very good at this, am I? So, anyways, let's actually begin. I believe like the first row is literally just stuff I won't watch or can't watch because I won't sub it at all. So yes, the first actual show premiering next season is actually Pop Team Epic, the TV special, which is like, yes, boy. It's the cream of the crop, as they say. It's the good stuff. It's the stuff we need in life. We need more of that. So of course I'm watching it. It also happens to be an hour long as well. I was like, yes. I was like, of all the things you actually could give me at this point, it's a 1 hour long special of Pop Team Epic. I was like, it just makes my whole entire year at that point. Hello. I'm just like, yeah, I'll watch that. Hello. So then next anime premiering is Ace of Diamond Act 2, which I should actually probably confess, I actually haven't watched season 1 or 2 of the show itself. I have heard amazing things about it, but it's been one of those ones, I mean, kind of like, it's really long, isn't it? I'm like, do I really want to watch another long show? I mean, I've kind of got burnt out by them after like after a load of them I actually watched when I was younger. I was like, yeah, I don't want to kind of watch like a 100 plus episode anime at this point. Maybe one day. I mean, sometimes my brain, if I have to catch up on 24 episode anime, my brain's just like, oh, please, help me. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't watch, I haven't watched season 1 or, season 1 or 2, I believe. There's 2 seasons of Ace of Diamond, I believe. So I haven't watched one or the other. So, the next one actually is premiering is a girl who chants love at the bound of this world. I could never do that. I did it with JoJo. I was like, afterwards, my brain was gone. It was like 3 AM in the morning. I was screaming the opening at 3 AM in the morning with JoJo, and I was watching it. Oh man, it was an experience watching JoJo all the way through, like in just like almost one sitting. I mean, I watched parts 1 and 2 like way beforehand, but part 3 I just almost did it in one sitting, like season 1 and then season 2 maybe a day or 2 afterwards. Oh man, it's an experience. It was so much fun though. So anyway, Takeo Arima is a young student whose father, a historian who has conducted various research, has disappeared recently. During a summer vacation, Takeo received a peculiar package from his missing father, along with a letter containing information about the existence of various parallel worlds. At first, Takeo doesn't take it seriously, but soon he realizes that he possesses a device that allows him to travel to alternate dimensions. Is his father alive? Is his father alive after all? If so, where is he? Hello! I mean, I somewhat am really hesitant towards time travel or parallel world kind of storylines at this point because Because it's one of those things that it could go one of two ways. It could be really freaking good, or it could be absolute, like, just territory of anime. Like, what was that one show, like, 2 seasons ago? Oh, what was it? Rewrite, that's it. That was a dumpster fire. So I'm always very hesitant. It also happens to be a Phil show, and the last good Phil show was Hinamatsu, I believe. Yes, Hinamatsu is the last good show. Also Island as well after that point. Island apparently was not very good. That's why it's also a visual novel adaptation as well, which is also kind of its own, like, pitfall of it could be good or terrible. That's the problem. I mean, I'll see. My throat just died mid-sentence just then. my throat just died. I'll see. I'll see. We'll put it on the considering pile, as they say. The considering pile being maybe, maybe not. It depends if it's not absolute kind of... It's one of those ones that it could be terrible or really freaking good, or it could be a terrible good time. That's also another kind of territory. But also at that point, it's kind of like, do I want to watch a terrible good time show where I can be doing, like, kind of more things in my life? That's the problem I kind of face now. Beforehand, I would watch, like, an absolute dumpster fire show because it's so much fun. But now I'm kind of like, do I really want to? I don't know. Anyway, a whole lot of I can't watch that. So the next one actually is Yato Game-chan Observation Diary. So Kaito Jin is a second-year high school student who moved to Aichi from Tokyo. He meets Monika Yatogami, who has a heavy Nagoya dialect, and he learns about Nagoya through joining a photography club. See, I maintain that probably won't be subbed. It's also short form as well, so I'm doubtful it'll be subbed. I might be wrong. It might in theory be subbed, but I don't know. I'll skip it for now and see if it does in theory come out. I doubt it. I'm heavily doubting it probably will. Sarah Zanma is actually my most anticipated show of next season. It's one of the only ones besides Carol and Tuesday I'm actually kind of looking forward to. There's also Shinichiro, I can't say his first name now. Shinichiro Watanabe's, like, kind of new show as well, which I was kind of like, we got Ikuhara's show and a Watanabe show in the same season. I'm just like, what year is it at this point? Is this the 90s again? I'm just like, yes, I'm living the life at this point. It's like, I can be like the most happiest person ever because I've actually got an Ikuhara show and a Watanabe show in the same season. There also happens to be 2 calls and also 1 call for Ikuhara. So it's kind of one of those things that's like, yes, hello. We need more Watanabe shows in life. We need more Watanabe. I mean, the last one he did was Blade Runner, which was really freaking good. So hopefully we get more shows later on. So the next one actually is Bakamatsu Crisis, but I haven't watched season 1, so I can't watch season 2. It's one of those ones I was kind of like, 2. I mean, I kind of... It's the same thing that happens with visual novel adaptations. Game adaptations kind of can go one of 2 ways. It could be really freaking good or really terrible. So it's luck of the draw, as they say. So Oware Mei Saku-kun 4th season. Well, I watched the first 3 seasons, so there we go. Oh yeah, you're right. Because he's Christ. I know which character he actually is, but I can't remember his name. I vaguely remember his character. Because when I realized, I was like, oh yeah. Oh man, I can't remember his actual character, but I know him slightly. So Hey Your Cat is a show in season 2. Well, I haven't watched season 1. I didn't even know it existed. So there we go. Fruit Basket's first season. See, this is the interesting one. This is the one I've kind of like, ooh, to, because I kind of sort of watched the first season when I was a kid, like somewhat. It's one of those ones I kind of dabbled a little bit into, but I didn't watch the whole entire thing. And I also found out Funimation's actually had acquired the rights to the actual show that next season, which is a service I don't pay for because I find it pointless, because all they did was dub shows this whole entire point, but now they're actually kind of subbing shows. I'm like, damn it! I didn't like Funimation because they don't do PayPal. I don't like putting my credit card on a website I actually don't trust, because they're actually heavily susceptible to get hacked. So I'm kind of like, how am I going to watch Fruit Baskets now because I don't actually have Funimation now? That's a problem I've kind of faced with the show. That's a dilemma, as they say. I don't know. If I can find an alternate kind of semi-legality way to do it, I probably will watch it, unless I just have to subscribe to Funimation again, which is kind of like, please don't let me do that. It's fine. I pay for enough as it is. That's the problem. I pay for Netflix. I pay for Amazon. What's the other one? Crunchyroll, High Dive. Is there another service after that point? I swear there is. Somewhere. It's somewhere. There's another service I pay for as well. I'm just kind of like, do I want to pay for another one? We get multiple seasons. God damn, really? That also kind of sucks. I have to actually then subscribe to Funimation. Then we'll see what happens anyway. We'll see what happens. If they've actually updated the kind of TOS to actually kind of allow PayPal, then I probably will do it, because kind of prefer websites to actually use PayPal than not using PayPal. It's just a thing with me. Anyway, so Senryu Girl. See, this one I was kind of excited for, and I realised it's actually kind of short, but then I realised the actual manga's quite short as well, so that's probably why it's short. But yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted to watch this one, because it actually looks kind of interesting. So at first glance, Yukishiro Nanako seems like a normal high school girl, but she has a notable eccentricity. So to speaking, she communicates only through written Senryu poetry. This means she expresses herself in only 575 syllables. To most, this might seem like an inconvenience, but for Nanako and her ex-delinquent bestie, Busujima Eiji, it adds to the experience of their high school lives as they run the literature club. There we go. I mean, yeah, I was kind of wanted to watch that one. That was kind of cool, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, I swear High Dive's got it as well. I swear High Dive's got it, so I'll probably watch it through there. Actually, there's no other way I can watch it, so... I was going to say, I was like, I'll watch it through there, and realised there's no other way to watch it, so of course I'll watch it through there. Right, so Ao-chan can't study. So, Silverlink. Silverlink's actually back, boys. Right, so, okay, so what have we got here? When Ao was in kindergarten, she smiled ear to ear. She told her classmates how her father, a best-selling erotic author, chose her name A as in apple and O as in orgy. I mean... That day still haunts her 10 years later. She studies with a single goal in mind: get into an elite university and achieve independence from her father once and for all. She has no youth to misspend and no time to think about boys. Until her classmate, King Normie Kijima, approaches her with a shocking confession of love. She tries to lose Kijima, but he just can't take a hint. And as her mind runs wild with impure thoughts, she realizes her father has totally influenced her. Oh! I mean, that's gonna be like a trash heap of a show. I mean, if you ever want to look at a trash heap of a show, like in the space of one sentence, there you go. Oh, I mean, Jesus Christ, that's gonna be an experience to watch, isn't it? Oh, that's gonna be a one for the ages, as they say. It's gonna be a one to remember afterwards. I mean, yeah, it sounds like the kind of fun trash, like the kind of trash you kind of need. Like the one that I kind of said I don't kind of tend to watch very often, but I'm kind of like, but maybe it might be kind of fun. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to wait and see, I guess. We'll put it in a considering pile, as they say. It's on a considering pile. We'll put it as a maybe kind of show. So, Hirobochi no Seikatsu. If I remember correctly, I was told at one point, this is made by the same person who did Mitsuboshi Colors, which if you have never watched that show, do please go and watch. It's freaking incredible. Like, it's one of the best comedies in like a very long time. And nobody watched it. I was just like, boys, what are you doing? It's like the best comedy ever, and no one's watched it. But I swear it's not by the same person, actually. So, I mean, that was one of the ones I was actually kind of looking forward to, because Mitsuboshi Colors was great. It was one of the ones that, man, it was good. So, I'm kind of hoping, I'm hoping this one's kind of good as well. I'll watch that one as well, because it's actually kind of, it's one of the ones I was actually like, yeah, boy. So, Mix, if I remember correctly, Mix is a sequel to a story. Sequel takes place 26 years later from the story of Touch. There we go. I can't watch it. I swear, doesn't Touch have like 5 seasons as well? Is that the other one? Oh, it's Major that has 5 seasons. So, Overdrive Girl 1/6 Amazing Stranger. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Oh, it makes sense. It's 26 years later. But I don't think it'll get subbed though. That's the only other problem I kind of face. It won't get subbed because shows like that tend to kind of go underneath the wayside, as they say. Though I might be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know. Right, anyway, so, story begins when a young male otaku, Haruto's female character figure, Nona, suddenly comes to life and begins moving on her own. The romantic comedy centers on the daily lives of Haruto and Nona. Oh! Oh! Who knows? I don't know. So Joshi Karuse. It's 5 minutes though, so no. I don't like 5-minute shows. It's just kind of those things. You don't get enough, is it? The only good, extremely short show that ever came out was Luluko. It's the only good one because it actually did everything it needed to do in 7 minutes. It's the best one. The second best one is Ninja Slayer as well. Ninja Slayer is actually incredible. So it's only 2 ones, but the exact same studio as well. So there you go. As it's not my trick, I won't watch it because it's just one of those things that they're the only guys that actually know how to do it and actually do it in time constraints. So Nobunaga Sensei no Osana Zuma. Huh. The romantic comedy manga centers on Nobunaga, a middle school teacher who constantly dreams of beautiful girls who loves him appearing in front of him. One day, the 14-year-old Kicho, the wife of the real-life warring state period warlord Oda Nobunaga, appears in front of him, having apparently travelled through time. She mistakes the present-day Nobunaga for the historical Oda Nobunaga, tries to get him to get her pregnant. Oh, oh, oh. I doubt it. It doesn't need to come back, to be honest, because the part. Well, I mean, season 2 would be probably the best part of the whole entire manga after that point, because the rest of it's not very good. So I don't think it will come back, but if it does come back, I'll watch it because the bit afterwards actually is quite good, but after that point, it's just not very good. Oh, no, just no. So Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. I mean, of course I'm gonna watch it. It's the one. It's the one, as they say. It's the one. It's made by Ufotable, who I don't think can screw up this time because Ufotable and me have a really kind of bad reputation because I just don't like them very often sometimes because they actually kind of squander a lot. Because they did it with God Eater. God Eater was just not very good. So it's one of those things. I mean, Fate's good, and also so is I believe they actually make Honor Sinners as well. And also, was another show in between? Can't remember. But yeah, I mean, they can't screw up this one, because it actually is a manga to it, so I'm actually kind of hoping they do a good job. I actually heard very good things about the manga itself. I was always going to read it, but I thought, the anime's coming out, so there's no point. Though if it doesn't turn out to be not very good, I'll probably read it afterwards anyway. So anyway, We Never Learn. Also happens to be another one I was actually going to watch, because I've heard very good things about it. So, I will watch it, as they say. Right, so Kono Oto Tomare. Tomare? Yeah. So, since the graduation of the senior members of the club, Takezo ends up being the sole member of the koto, traditional Japanese string instrument club. Now that the new school year has begun, Takezo will have to seek out new members into the club, or the club will become terminated. Out of nowhere, a new member barges into the near-abandoned club room, demanding to join the club. However, how will Takezo be able to keep his club alive and deal with this rascal of a new member? I mean, is that a kind of a streamable show? That's the kind of the question. That's the kind of question I always pose as well. Is the fact of, is it going to be one of those shows that you actually can stream? Because some shows tend to be kind of one of those ones you kind of watch on your own. Like if you get what I mean. Oh, is a split call show? It's a split core show. That's an interesting one. I had no idea it was split core. I always thought it was only 12 episodes long. That's interesting. I mean, I'll probably watch it, but then we'll not actually like live stream it though. I'll watch it and see what happens. So anyway, Magmel of the Sea Blue Studio Period. They're back. They're actually doing something new. That's actually not actually Boruto and Black Clover and isn't another show they do that's actually kind of long running at this point? I can't remember. They do something else as well. I mean, do I want to watch a period show after what they did to Tokyo Ghoul? Do I want to suffer through another period show after they just don't know what the hell they're doing? Most of the time. Shota's doing the opening. Really? Well, that's interesting. I don't know. It's one of those things. I don't like period because period I just don't know. It's just like they just get something and go, I don't know what I don't know. Let's just do what we want. Oh, it's gonna be a long running one, isn't it? Then is the manga still going on? Let's have a look. Because if it is, then we're in for a long one, boys. Yep, it's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a long one, boys. Oh man, I mean, I don't know. I'm a bit apprehensive towards it because period. Considering path. We'll put considering path. Right, so where I end and you begin. Madhouse. Do another show that might or might not be terrible because still have not forgiven him for Boogie Pop, which was just not good. I was just like, what the hell's happening here? This is meant to be the chosen one of the whole entire year. It was just like not very good. I don't know what happened. And also Overlord just wasn't the best either. And is that it? They've done this whole entire like year practically at this point. I imagine so. Anyway, oh, it's also a game. It's also a game adaptation as well. Woo! That's a spicy one. Spicy one. That one is. So one day, a city suddenly disappears. Takuya, a professional by the contract courier, and lone wolf meets Yuki, the only survivor from the city's extinction. The two relay on a message from Yuki's father, who was heard to be missing, and head toward the disappeared lost. I can't read today, and head toward the disappeared city lost. Huh. However, unexpected obstacles struck before the pair, with the reality especially shocking for Yuki. Before them, there are feelings of those left behind, a mysterious group manipulating in the shadows, an I can't say that word. Jesus Christ. The hidden conspiracy. Takuya and Yuki, who both were initially strangers, would deepen their bond during this journey and unravel the mystery of the lost city. It might be alright. I'll see what happens. What day is that premiering on anyway? Is that like on a weekend or a weekday? Oh, it's a weekend. It's because it's realised it doesn't. And I've seen the PVs. The PVs kind of look a little bit, kind of territory. It's just it's gonna be one that I'll have to have a look. There we go. Say the words correctly in the end. I have to wait and see, as they say. So, Fairy Gone. That one show I actually have no idea what the hell it even is. I don't even think anyone else knows what the hell it even is as well. So the anime is set in a world where fairies possess and reside within animals, granting them special powers by surgically removing and transplanting the organs of a possessed animal into a human. Humans can partly summon the fairy and use it as a weapon. Eventually, such individuals were used for war, and were called fairy soldiers. After a long war, these soldiers lost their purpose and had to reintegrate into society. There we go. From the government to the mafia and even becoming terrorists, each tread their own path. The story begins 9 years after the end of the war and centers on the protagonist Maria. Maria is a fresh recruit of Dorothea, an organization dedicated to the investigation of suppression of fairy-related crimes and incidents. Even in peacetime, the government is still unstable after the war. Many criminals still have lingering wounds from the previous conflict, and there are terrorist groups hell-bent on revenge. This is a story of fairy soldiers seeking their own justice in a chaotic post-war world. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. That's the problem. Right, so I mean, I was kind of interested in it. Yeah, I know. I saw this one's actually 2 cores long. This one I actually know for sure it's 2 cores. It could be interesting. Who's on the old directing chair on this show anyway? Right. Who's on it? Who is the boy on it? Who is the? Oh, it's the guy who did Drifters and also did the chief directing for JoJo, if I remember correctly. Remember correctly. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, why not? Oh boy, here's a spicy one. Here is the spice of the season. Washer. She and I in the woman's bath. Question mark. This is a question posed by the anime itself straight away. Are they in the woman's bath or aren't they? Questions that may not be answered ever. Who knows? So, in the story, male student Shota Tsukishima begins working at his family's public bath house as a backwasher. While concealing her true identity, Shota's classmate Aoi Yuzuki visits the bathhouse. A relationship between the two begins to develop when Shota washes Aoi's back. That's kind of the most. I mean, it's porn. It's there's no other way around it. It's basically porn because it's 5 minutes. Prison Sunday, done by Magic Bus, who also did porn beforehand. It's porn, but I mean, it's the kind of the most low key one of them all. I mean, you wouldn't kind of think it was porn the first time you look at it, but then you kind of realize, oh yeah, it's porn. it's porn. So, Midnight Occult civil servants. There we go. It's been a long day. So, Miyako Arata is newly assigned to the Shinjuku Ward Office Nighttime Regional Relations Department. Each of Tokyo's 23 wards has one such department, established to mitigate paranormal and occult-related events. Arata's special skill is the understanding of non-human speech, and the story begins with him encountering a yokai at Shinjuku Goien Park, who refers to him as legendary Heian era exorcist Abe no Seimei. It could be good. It could be terrible. Who knows? I don't. It could be terrible. It could be fantastic. We'll have to wait and see. I was kind of looking forward to it. I must admit, I had no idea what it might in theory be, but I was intrigued. So, why the hell are you here, teacher? Question also asked by anime. So, Ichiro Sato is about as average as a student as you can get, except for his above-average ability to land himself in totally awkward, intense, risque situations with his no-nonsense teacher, Kana Kojima. Ichiro has his hands full dealing with these steamy shenanigans and unexpected encounters in the most unlikely places. At least, it can't get any worse. Right? Posed the question right at the end as well. I also read there's a bundled version that's uncensored, so it's basically just boobs. I was like, oh, okay. at least I actually know straight away what I'm actually getting into. It's fine. It's probably gonna be terrible. That's the problem. It's gonna be terrible. We'll have to wait and see, but I ain't holding hopes, as they say. No hopes for this one, boys. There's no hopes here. So, next one is... So, Hachigatsu no Cinderella 9. So, in the game, the player takes the role of an unnamed former Little Senior League baseball ace who lost his or her baseball career after suffering unspecified injury. The character moves to his or her grandmother's hometown and enrolls in a local high school, resolved never to enter the world of baseball again. When the character meets Tsubasa Arihara, he or she is persuaded to be the manager of the school's baseball team and to take the team to the high school nationals at Koshien? It sounds pretty bad. I mean, I gotta be honest. Gotta be honest. It doesn't sound very good. Right, anyway. So, Namu Amida Butsu Rendai Utena. So, the pain that everyone cannot escape when living, the living, old, sick, and deaf. The way to save it is through Buddhist enlightenment. At the end of the war, a prince who obtained the Buddhist enlightenment became the Shaka Nyorai and saved the world. Long time has passed since that. Currently, the latter age of decadence. Mara, the warrior that once tried to destroy Shaka's enlightenment, has made a contract with the devil in order to seek revenge against Shaka. He begins to control people with worries. Meanwhile, a team is centering around Shaka called the 13 Buddhas, the two benevolent deities who protect the diorama. Tai Sakuten and Bonten, who set up the fight against Mara to protect the people from worries. A battle between Mara and the Buddhist gods that involve people begins now. Sounds mildly interesting, to be honest. I doubt it's gonna get subbed though. That's the other question. I don't know. It's one of those ones that I'm kind of like, will it get subbed? I have no idea. To wait and see, as they say. Well, we're upon a considering pile, as they say. The old considering pile. So, Robohachi, Neo Tokyo, the year GC Galaxy Century 0051, which marks half a century since the first contract was made. Humans have attained super light speed navigation technology and formed a commonwealth on planets with aliens. A trick of bad luck is continuing for self-proclaimed freelance reportage writer Robbie Yarge. Robbie Yarge? Who's around 30 years old. He fails at work, so his contract is cut. His girlfriend leaves him. He nearly dies in a traffic accident, and debt collectors come after him. Wow, he's really having a bad time. Oh, really? Oh. Oh, man, that might or might not be very good then. Who knows? Well, we'll watch it then. It actually has the Gintama director on it. Well, I can't watch that one. I can't watch that one. Oh, the crossover of the century right here, boys. Isekai Quartet. Oh man, a mysterious switch appeared one day. When pressing it, they were sent to a different alternate world. There are also characters from other alternate worlds gathered together? Question mark. It could be good. It could be terrible. I have no idea. I mean, it's one of those ones that's kind of the it's like the other one. It's actually not kind of like good when it comes to like isekai shows. Like Overlord had it. I believe ReZero had it. I believe all of the ones that are actually on here had it. I mean, they're kind of alright. I mean, I don't know. No idea. Well, put on considering pile, as they say. Strike Witch's 501st unit taking off. Wow, really? Strike Witch is actually still going. Huh. I haven't watched any of Strike Witches beforehand, so I actually can't watch it. Oh, One Punch Man Season 2. The either it's gonna be amazing or absolute dumpster fire anime of the season when it comes to like the returning ones. I have no idea and I'm scared. Like, the PV was terrible. Like, from a kind of... You take away the animation and actually kind of look at it from a kind of perspective of they're trying to sell your product. It was terrible. Half of it was actually black screens. I was like, what the hell are they actually trying to do here exactly? It was not selling the product very well, to be honest. I was like, JC Staff, my lads, you got to sell me on this one. I've been waiting like, what? Whew! How has it been at this point since season 1? Like, almost 5 years? And yeah, I mean, it was not very good as a PV. I mean, the show could be alright to watch, but I don't think the problem is with One Punch Man, it was half the actual show itself and half the actual kind of animation itself that really bolstered the actual series itself. It had the same thing Kaguya actually had. Kaguya actually has the exact same thing. And the animation kind of bolsters the whole entire series above and beyond just it being a series, if you get what I mean. Yeah, and that's the other problem as well. JC Stuff haven't made a good show in ages. I mean, Children of Wells is actually kind of alright, but I don't know. And the problem is, they have something which really irritates me, because I notice it every single time I watch one of their shows. It's a massive hue across the characters. Like, I'm not too sure I'm the only one that actually notices it, but it's a massive hue around the characters, and it always kind of feels really kind of like surreal to see it, because I thought, are my eyes going weird? But then I realised there's actually still a hue there, so it's not me. It always it's mildly kind of distracting if you actually once you notice it, because that's all you see off that point is that hue around the characters. And also, Genos was, oh boy, Genos, oh not very good. There was a lot of there was a lot of it just being a shot reverse shot kind of show, and I kind of just feel like it's just it's not a show made to actually kind of as a loving kind of homage to the actual manga itself. It's made basically just to make money at this point. It kind of feels like it's just kind of it's destroying the nature of the actual kind of manga. It's just at that point just read the manga, because it's just so much better, because the panels themselves are really freaking incredible in the manga as well. So I just read that instead. It just, I don't get why it exists. It's not made by Shingo Natsume, because I say Madhouse didn't actually make the show either. It's one of those things. I can't understand it, if you get what I mean. It might be good. It might carry on the legacy completely a-okay. I mean, I watched episode 1 and see what doesn't really happen, but if it's not very good, I probably will just continue the manga on after that point, because I don't know. That's my crux with One Punch Man. It's the fact of sometimes you have to kind of, sometimes when shows change studios, you notice it too much, and it kind of destroys the overall kind of feeling you have towards the show itself. I mean, Log Horizon had the exact same problem as well, and I believe there's another show like that beforehand as well. It's one of those things I just don't know. I want to be wrong. It's actually kind of one of those things that the PV was just a kind of beta test for the whole entire anime, and it actually is like absolutely incredible, because JC's staff can make really nice looking good shows. Don't get me wrong. I've seen it beforehand. They make some nice looking shows, but it depends on who's behind it. That's the problem. I mean, I say that, but as I said with Madhouse, say if Natsume didn't come back and actually made season 2, Madhouse might have actually kind of ruined it as well. We just don't know, because Madhouse kind of just exists as a name. The reason why One Punch Man is so good, because Natsume got everyone involved to actually kind of make it. That's why it's actually even better than just it being an anime. That's just me, at least. I don't know. I could be wrong. But it's also kind of one of those things that they also have Mob Psycho 100 actually kind of go after as well, which is one of those things which is, it's not a good image to actually kind of go after that show. It makes something inferior to Mob Psycho 100 that actually had like the best animation in a very long time as well. It's a lot kind of going against it. It's basically the underlying thing of my talk about One Punch Man. There's just so much going against the show itself that it makes you wonder, is there much point watching it? I don't know. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong about the show. I hope I am, because I want to see One Punch Man continue in the kind of the same vein as it was beforehand. But I don't think so. Anyway, Sewayaki Kitsune no Senko-san. So, the everyday life of Nakano, a salaryman working for an exploitative company, and suddenly intruded upon by the fox Senko-san, a 100-year-old little girl. Whether it be cooking, cleaning, or special service, she heals his exhaustion with her tender care. I mean, you got me in the first sentence, and I was kind of like, oh. I don't know. I'll put a considering pile as well. So, Kenja no Mago. So, a young man who was surely died in an accident was reborn oh god damn it, for another world as a baby. After that, he was picked up by a patriot hero, Sage, Merlin Wolfwood? Yeah. And was given the name Shin. He was raised as a grandson by Merlin and soaked up Merlin's teaching and earning him some shocking power. However, when he became 15, his grandfather Merlin said, "I forgot to teach him his common sense." An abnormal boy, unconventional otherworld fantasy life starts here. It doesn't look very good. I did actually read some of the manga as well. It's not amazing. It's not amazing. It's kind of it's isekai basically. I say it's isekai. Isekai is basically a locative term at this point. It could go one of two ways. It could be really good. It could be ReZero, or it could be that Rhapsody into Another World show, which was absolutely terrible. So it's one of those things. I just don't know. So, Carol on Tuesday, the other show I was looking forward to this whole entire season, and then I found out it's actually by Netflix. And I was like, damn it! That's kind of disappointed at that point, but I find alternate ways to actually kind of watch it, because I do actually really want to watch this show. Because it's a Watanabe show, and I have to watch it, because I do like my boy. He makes some of the best shows. So, Sarazanmai, as well I'm watching that one, because it's Sarazanmai. Though I wonder who's actually going to pick it up, because I don't know if it's going to be Amazon or Crunchyroll or Funimation. If Funimation get it, I'll be freaking pissed. So, Bungo Stray Dogs Season 3. I should make a confession. I don't like Bungo Stray Dogs. I don't know what it is about it. I should love it to bits, because I love everything about it. But the series itself is just not very good to me. I don't know what it is. I think it's because the series itself was kind of very contained, if you get what I mean. Like, each episode kind of, Sarazanmai is by Ikuhara. So if you actually know who Ikuhara is, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. Basically, if you've seen Penguin Drum or Utena or anything previous to that, which is actually, I believe, Sailor Moon? Was it before that point? Did he make something between Utena and Sailor Moon? I can't remember. Oh no, he did that. That one other show. That one it was the Magical Girl show as well. Before Penguin Drum, but after Utena. That's the one. Is it Yuri Kuma? That's the one. Let's just say there's one in between as well. They're all very good shows. They're all kind of very they have a very kind of like massive meaning to them. Like, it's kind of one of the things he always does. Like, a lot of his shows tend to have a larger meaning. That's what they kind of go for, and I kind of imagine that Sarazanmai has the exact same thing. But anyway, we'll read the thing, continue about Bungo Stray Dogs afterwards. So the stage is Asakusa. One day, three second year middle school students Kazuki Yasaka, Toi Kuji, and Enter Jinai meet a kappa-like creature named Kepi, who is a self-proclaimed heir to the throne of Kappa Kingdom. Kepi forcibly takes the students Shirikidoma, a mythical organ Kappa steals through a person's anus. Oh! And they are transformed into Kappa. Kepi informs them, if you want to return to your former selves, you need to connect in that way, and you must bring me the Shirikidoma of zombies. Will the three boys be able to connect and take the Shirikidoma of zombies? At the same time, two policemen, Ryo Niboshi and Mabu Akutsu, try to do something at the police box where they are stationed. I mean, you gotta be honest. It's intriguing, isn't it? It's intriguing. It's intriguing. I mean, all Ikuhara shows at heart are kind of weird. So it's one of those things I'm kind of like, yeah, I'll watch it. I've watched way weirder in my life. At this point, I'm just kind of like, I'll watch that and see what happens. It's Ikuhara. I'll watch anything Ikuhara actually makes at this point. The boy is in my heart at this point because Yuta was freaking incredible, and also a lot of the Sailor Moon he works on. I believe he worked on Sailor Moon. Was it Sailor Moon R he did? Was actually really good as well. Though the dub did butcher it a lot. And Penguin Drum actually was really good as well. I don't believe I actually finished Penguin Drum. I can't remember. It's one of the ones I didn't finish. Anyway, Bungo Stray Dogs Season 3, as I said beforehand. Yeah, Bungo Stray Dogs is weird, because if you saw my Season 1 kind of way back when I used to review, I kind of liked the first 4 episodes, and then it kind of got terrible, and then it got really good, and it just kind of just stopped. I was like, it's one of those ones that I kind of believe because it's self-contained. It might have actually changed Season 2. I haven't watched Season 2 yet. It's very self-contained, and from doing so, it's kind of like a lot of the plot points don't tend to kind of roll on afterwards. Because the same thing happened with the fight between Akutagawa and the main character, whose name's leaving me at this point. But you know, the main character. That whole entire episode, he was like, "I'm doing this, boys. I'm going. I'm gonna defeat this. I'm gonna defeat this guy." And he almost does it. and then he goes back to his, then he receives back to his previous kind of state afterwards, like in the next episode, and it makes no sense. So it's kind of like, what happened in between? It's one of those things I kind of believe it's segmented, that it just doesn't work for me. And I kind of felt a bit like, oh, because everything about it's freaking great, but it's just I don't know. I'll see. I'll when's it actually premiere? April 12th, which is like the week of my handing, I believe. Yeah, the week of my handing. Actually, no, just a Friday beforehand, I believe, isn't it? I can't do dates. I'll see. I'll catch up with season 2 and see what does in 3 happens. I actually haven't watched beyond episode 1. So I'll I looked at the corner. I was like, yeah, I just realised that as well. I was trying not to draw attention to it, but clearly I just I'll watch season 2 in the meantime and see what does in 3 happen. I might change my opinion. I don't know. I want to like it a lot because everything about it's fantastic, but I just don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about the show that I can't get into it. I did watch season 1, I believe, the whole entirety of it. But I mean, yeah. Anyway, Attack on Titan season 3 part 2. Must confess, I'm still catching up with season 2 at this point. I mean, it's such a weird show for me as well. Again, I can't get into it. I mean, I go in and out of Attack on Titan. Like, I like a lot of season 2. Season 2 was freaking great. Like, I did like most of it because it's actually kind of like, once you kind of take away a lot of what season 1 was terrible about, it comes really good. Like, there's a lot of season 2 did in 3 remedy season 1's problems. But I'm kind of like, to it still. I have no kind of like energy to just catch up with it. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I mean, I'll see. I'll catch up with it probably at some point. Yeah, that's what I've kind of heard. I mean, I kind of want to watch it, but I just kind of forget about it all the time. Like, I'll catch up with it and I just forget. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I do it, but I just can't just forget all the time. Anyway, so Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin, Eva the Red Comet. This is the this is the edit of the films, which is weird because I don't understand why they're editing the films, but I don't know. I mean, is there much point watching the TV edit of the films? Just watch the films themselves, I guess. I don't know. Gundam: The Origin is actually really good as well, so it's one of those things of just like I don't know. I'll have to. Hopefully, this release the films somehow, like kind of not so expensive, because films are expensive sometimes. So Zoku Owari Monogatari also should actually catch up with Monogatari one day as well. Monogatari is one of those shows I have to catch up with one day, but it's just one of those things I've just kind of like, I have to be in the mood to watch Monogatari. I have to be like very much in the zone to watch that show because it's just it's an assault on all the senses, as they say. You have to be kind of like in the zone to watch it. I love it to bits because the actual scripting and storyboarding and everything like that's fantastic. Like but is it the end? Because apparently it's still going on. That's what I've also heard. Everything about the show is incredible. Like, it's one of those things. I love Shaft to bits because Shaft makes some good shows that look really freaking good. And Monogatari is one of the only shows I know, besides I believe ReZero and also Banana Fish, that actually know how to do shot reverse shot to the actual kind of degree that it's actually kind of good. Yeah, that's what I also heard. The others want to side stories. But yeah, it's one of those things of the actual episode where Aragi and Senju Gahara talk just for 25 minutes. It's some of the best kind of just staging in the universe because it's just them talking. But there's never one shot in that episode that's actually kind of boring. Every single shot has something going on in it that kind of makes the episode even better. So it's one of those things I always want to catch up with it, but I just have to be in the zone to watch it. So one day I'll probably catch up with it. Probably not in the meantime to actually watch this actual anime, but one day we'll watch it. So anyway, that is the season in a nutshell. So we're actually watching anyway. So technically one, well, not one technically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, Nisio's really freaking good. Like, he's very good most of the time. I mean, he did do what's the name of that? What's the name of that series? Christ, the Zodiac War one. Junior Titan, that's it. I swear he did Junior Titan, didn't he? That was alright. That wasn't the best one. Does it? Is it tomorrow? Is it? Hold a second, I completely forgot that's coming out tomorrow. OVAs, there we go, that's all we need. Oh, Gundam Kamui's what's the one with that? The OVA comes out at some point as well. I believe the OVA just centers on it's the arc with it's the arc where they have to find the person who does the fake tattoos, if I'm correctly. What's his name? Oh Christ! It's way back when it's the one that kind of when Sugimoto goes absolutely insane. If I remember correctly, that's the one they'd actually adapt, and I can't remember the second one. The second one's the one about the love story between Shirashi. Oh, it's already out. Oh yeah, it's the Yojimbo arc, isn't it? They did beforehand, which I also heard was kind of alright. I was like, well, I'll just read it instead. That's kind of the problem. I was like, well, I'll read it instead. Oh yeah, April 1st. True. It's actually out tomorrow. But tomorrow's April Fool's Day, isn't it? Christ. Damn, son, it's already April. And I believe that's it. Oh god, My System, My Right is still going on. They're still doing it. They're not giving up. They have not given up on that show just yet. They're still going. Miru Tights. What? There's actually a show about tights now. I can't believe it. There's a show about everything nowadays. I can't believe it. I mean, Ultraman's one of those ones I'm kind of like, it might be good, it might be kind of alright, I have no idea. I'm kind of excited for it. I was like, yeah, it's going to be kind of cool. I don't know. I haven't seen Ultraman in years. Like, I mean, I watched a bit of it when I was a kid. I mean, it's one of the ones I least watched, I believe, because it didn't get much syndication over here, I don't think. I don't think it even got read that much, to be honest, if at all. I think it was only on for like a brief moment. Yeah. I believe. Yeah, I wanted to actually read the manga, but I was kind of like, well, the anime's not coming out, so what's the point? I'll see. I'll see what happens. I'll see what the consensus is on it afterwards and see what actually doesn't really happen. Oh yeah, Love is Hard on Otaku's OVA comes out, or already out actually. That story is actually really freaking good as well, so it's actually worth the watch. Actually, I haven't seen it. I breezed the whole entire manga of Watakoi, actually, to be honest. Watakoi is actually amazing. It's actually one of my favourite mangas of all time. I love it. I hate the fact that every single volume's like every couple of months over here. It's like every 6 months, I believe. So it's really annoying because it's kind of hit a crucial moment. It's kind of like, no, I can't wait until July. But yeah, if you haven't watched it or read it, do watch it or read it because it's freaking incredible. It's also a really freaking good A1 picture show as well, which is actually very unheard of, besides Kaguya as well, actually. So yeah. Well, it's actually movies as well. What's on the movie pile? Where is the good movies? Where is the good movies? Oh my god, I completely forgot they're actually doing the Cabanera of the Iron Fortress movie, aren't they, as well? That's another one as well. Godzilla's already been out, so there's actually no point. K's got a freaking movie series. God damn. Absolutely goddamn, boys. Dragon Ball Super Broly's already happened. Psycho Pass already happened ages ago anyway, so that's already a thing. Yeah. It is alright as well. Oh yeah, Promare, that's the one. I was like, what's the good movie that's coming out next season? Promare. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Who's actually doing it? He's on the directing pole besides Trigger. I know Trigger's doing it. Oh, it's Imaishi. Yeah, it's gonna be good then. If Imaishi's on it, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. If it's not gonna be if it's not gonna be good, it's gonna be good to look at as well. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So yeah, I believe it actually does it for the entire season actually of anime. I mean, it seems alright. The season itself. I mean, there's nothing like kind of screaming at me it's gonna be amazing besides the ones I know will probably be good. So like kind of underground shows, I'm like, yeah, boy, that might be like the best show of the whole entire season. Oh yeah, that actually does look pretty interesting. I mean, it's one of those ones that I don't know, because spring's kind of spring's always been that one that has the good shows, and winter's been the kind of one that always has the kind of like shows. But it's kind of been reversed in the last 2 years. Like, spring's kind of been alright, but winter's been amazing. So it's one of those things I have to wait and see what does happen. But hopefully it's kind of alright. I hope I actually don't drop my shows down to like 2 or 3. Every single season, so I just forget. Sometimes I'm just doing work and sometimes just forget anime. Like, oh yeah, I've got that show's coming out today, and just forget each week after that point. I have a terrible sense of memory. That's one of the things I actually realized this year. I have a terrible memory. So anyway, that will do it for today. I'm gonna go lie down for a bit and actually think about life, as they say. So anyway, if you have enjoyed this stream as a whole on Twitch, then do leave a follow, because indeed it's something quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what you hear on YouTube and you do want to leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed it's something quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what I do here on YouTube and you want to stay a bit longer, then do indeed leave a sub, because indeed there's something quite a bit. And after that whole entire point, if you want to stay a bit longer, then do indeed leave a follow on Twitter, because indeed there's something quite a bit. You actually know which streams I love, which streams I love, which streams I do as well. You actually don't have a Twitter account, but do have a Discord. Do have one of those as well. Doesn't throw 20 streams we had live, which streams I do as well. Until next time, with some more. I believe tomorrow is Pop Team Epic, and also Mob Psycho 100 Season 2 season finale, or actual finale, to be honest. I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.